Angular provides lot of features and ready-to-use services which allow seamless development of awesome web application, and protecting route with the help of guards is one of them. Hello everyone, my name is Nisha Singla. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's session we will learn how we can protect our route with the help of guards. But before starting with today's session, please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notification for my upcoming videos. So let's get started. If you see our current project, we can see we can freely navigate from one route to another. We are not restricted to access any of the route. But sometimes you need to control access to different part of your application for various reasons. Some of which may be we want to check whether the user is authorized or authenticated to navigate to the target component. Maybe you want to fetch some data before you display the target component, or you may want to save pending changes before leaving a component. So I have given you a few examples where we can use guards, but there could be so many other reasons. Guards in Angular are interfaces which can tell the router whether or not it should allow navigation to a requested route. So if all guards return true, navigation will continue. If any guard return false, navigation will be cancelled. So if we talk about guards, guards only work on Boolean value. So if guards return true, it means the requested route can be navigated, and false, it means we cannot visit the requested route. Other than Boolean, guards can also return observable or promise, but that will also be a Boolean once the promise and observable get resolved in some time in future. For an example, it might need to call a API. So Angular will keep the user waiting until the guard return true or false. In Angular, there are total 5 type of guards. Can activate. Can activate guard we use if we want to check before visiting a route whether that user should be able to access this route or not. For an example, checking whether the user is authenticated or not. Can activate child is similar like can activate, but it's check for the child route whether the child route can be visited or not. Can deactivate. Can deactivate guard is used before leaving the route. Suppose we have some unsafe changes, so we can ask a confirmation from a user before leaving that route. Resolve is basically used if we want to have some data before visiting the targeted component. So in that case, until the data not get resolved, the route will wait. Can load guard basically used to check if user can route to a module that lazy loaded. So this we will learn when we will work on the lazy loading. So these are the types of guards in Angular, but for today's session we will keep focus only on the first guard, and that is can activate. So now let's understand how we can work with can activate guard in Angular. All guards in Angular are interfaces that a class can implement, and can activate route is basically used if we want to check whether this route should be navigated or not. So it means in can activate guard we can put our logic to decide whether the requested route should be activated or not. That we will decide with the help of its Boolean value. If it will return true, it means the requested route can be visited, otherwise not. In Angular we can use generate command to create guards. So ng generate guard and guard name. So now we can see how we can implement can activate guard in Angular. So you can notice anyone can visit the user's route, but now we will use can activate guard, and we will put a logic that only authenticated user or logged in user should be able to see this user's route, and for all the others one it will not be available. So let's see how we can do so. So move to your editor. For me, I am using Visual Studio Code. So first let's create a guard. So to create guard we can use ng generate guard and the guard name. So for this session we are working on can activate. So you can press space and hit enter. So now it has created one guard with the name of can activate. Apart from guard, we also need a service where we can see whether this user is logged in or not. So we can also create a service. So we will say ng generate service, or the service name may be auth. So now we have one service as well with the name of auth. So if you see the guard file, here we can see that this is just a simple class that implements a interface can activate. As I told you that all guards in Angular are interfaces which your class can implement. So in can activate interface, we have one method can activate, and this method return a boolean value, either true or false. We can modify this code a bit. We can just say can activate and it's return true. So inside can activate method, we need to write our logic to decide whether the requested route should be activated or not. So for that, we will use our service. So before that, we will see how we can implement this guard on our route. Move to your routing file, and out of the following routes, we want to protect our user's route. But before this, we have to register this route. So move to app.module.ts. In the providers array, we have to register our guard. So the second point which we need to remember, that if I talk about guards, guards are basically implemented like a service. So all services in Angular should be registered in the providers array. So here our guard name is auth guard, which need to be mentioned here, and you just need to import it as well. So once you have imported your guard as a service in the providers array, the next step is how to apply guard on your route. So move to your routing file, and we need to protect our user's route. So whenever we want to apply guards, we need to mention which type of guard we are using. So the guard name is can activate, and it will take array. And the guard name you need to mention here. So the guard name is auth guard, and we have also imported the same. So as we can see, the value of can activate is an array. It means we can have multiple guards which we want to execute before activating this route. But for now, we have just only one guard, that is auth guard. So once you have implemented guard on your route, ideally guard has been implemented. The only thing is left is the logic which we want to write that will decide whether this route should be activated or not. So for now, if you move to your guard file, by default it is returning true. So if you check it on your browser, we can see we are able to visit the user's route. But suppose manually I am returning it false. So it means the user's route should not be activated. So if I say home, about, users, so you can see I'm not able to navigate to user's route. So it means guards are working fine. The only thing is left is the logic. So here what we can use, as I have created a service. So move to your service file, and here I am creating a method like is user logged in, and for now I'm just returning a boolean value true. So this service file will decide whether the user is authenticated or not. So move to your guard file. Now we can create a constructor here so that we can call our service. So the service is auth service, and we need to import this service as well. So now instead of returning true and false like this, we can put a condition here. If this dot auth service dot is user logged in, it means if this method will return true, then my guard will return true, otherwise it will return false. So for now, if you remember, this method is returning true. It means the requested route should be activated. So let's check it once. Now if we try to navigate to users, we can see we are able to navigate. And if I set the value as false in the service, it should not work. So if I say return false, so you can see we are not able to navigate to user's route. So implementing guards are very simple. It all depends on the logic which you write here. So in the service right now we are returning just hard-coded true and false. Further here you can implement your authentication that dynamically will decide whether the user should be able to log in or not. Now you can see here when user is not able to log in as a user, I'm not able to see anything. So maybe we want to provide a notification to the user that you are not authenticated to visit this route. We can provide a confirmation to the user. So we can move to the guard file, and here we can say return false. But before that, we can return our alert. So we can say window.alert and a message like permission denied for this page. You can customize your error screen as per your requirement. So now let's test it again. So if user try to access this user's route, we will get an error like permission denied for this page, so that user can know, okay, you are not authenticated for this page. So here you can see that is user logged in, we are calling it like a function. But suppose you want to use it like a property, then you can use it like a get and set. So in the service file, if instead of making it a simple method, you can use it like a property. So you can say here get. So when you mention a get here, now we can call it like a simple property. So here we can simply call it like a property. And it should work the way it is working. Can activate route guard can be used anywhere wherever you feel that you want to check some condition before visiting a route. It could be any reason that you and your application will decide. So in this session, I try to keep it simple so that we can relate it with a real life scenario where we can use can activate route. So I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe my channel. If you have any question, you can ask me in the comment section below. Till then, keep learning and keep sharing.